What's up, everyone, and welcome to another cryptocurrency market update. Let's start off here on Bitcoin on the weekly time frame because we know that's all. That's not. We know that that's what you guys are looking for. So if we look at the weekly time frame here, we have our weekly inside bar candle right here. This white candle inside of this black candle right here. If we break the high of this, if we close as an inside bar candle here and we break the high of this candle next week, which is right around 52,700, we will probably most likely push up to new all-time highs. If we break the low of it, we'll probably push down in this blue zone where I'll look to go long, targeting a new all-time high, which is about a 59% gain and a risk-reward ratio of 2.74. Let's look at the daily time frame here. The resistance level that we're pushing off is this gray zone, which is right around 51,000 up to about 52.6. We currently are testing this level for the third time here. The blue zone is our support zone. We've tested that 3 times as well. So both of these levels are weakening every time that we test them. So what I'm looking for, the bulls are either going to push above this high right here and close 2 candles above it, and then I'll look to long a retest of this gray zone, or they will reject off of this, come down and test this blue zone again, and if we push through that all the way down into here and close 2 candles below that, I'll look to short a retest of this zone, targeting this light blue zone down here, about $38,000. Let's look at the 8-hour time frame here because this is what I'm really excited about right now. So we changed the trend on the 8-hour time frame on Bitcoin with a nice clean low, high, higher low, and then higher high pattern here with 2 closes above this high, making this purple zone right here our support zone. And that's what these pink lines are for right here. These 2 lines on the top of the wick of the candle and then the body of the candle are going to be where I look to enter. On this exchange, it's about 49.1 and 48.8. Those are the areas that should hold as support. It is also confluent with the daily support zone right here, which you can see lines up perfectly with that first entry. Whenever we change the trend to be bullish, when we were initially trendless, essentially, the first retest of the resistance zone that we had right here when we pushed up, rejected off of it, is usually a really good zone to buy back in. So that's where I will be looking to buy back in, but on a shorter term time frame here. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, we'll talk a little bit about what these other pink lines are and the current level that we're pushing into here. So the current level that we're pushing into is this orange zone right here, and the orange zone is this white candle right here. That white candle goes from about 50,200 to about 51,700. We pushed into it. We had our bear volume here with a upper wick of people selling into the rise in price. I imagine that we will push down into this level at a minimum, which is this gray zone, which acted as resistance right here. We pushed down, then we pushed through it and closed above. So a retest of this zone should act as support. That'll give us a pretty good long entry right here with our stop loss below, and then a push to at least this high right here. That's about a 3.46 risk reward ratio. Really juicy there. That is about 49.9 for the entry there, and then 49.7 for the other entry. I like to layer in my bids, so that would be where they would be on this exchange, but this candle can be found on every exchange. So that's currently what we're looking at. We're running into this zone, and on the 4-hour time frame, these are our main support levels here. I imagine that we'll get some sort of bounce in this zone, and that will come probably over the course of either today or tomorrow. Let's go to Ethereum and talk about Ethereum. It's a very similar setup here to Bitcoin. If we start off on the weekly time frame, we have our inside bar, very similar thing to Bitcoin. One other thing I wanted to point out, we have the makings of a hidden bullish divergence here on the RSI with a higher low in price. If we end up pushing above and making this a low in the coming days here, we'll have a lower low in the RSI but higher low in price, signifying strength in the push up here and probably continued bull momentum. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that we have our low, high, higher low, and then we're pushing above to try and form a higher high here, but we're running into this gray zone that is resistance that we previously tested once, bounced off of, then closed below. So this level may act as resistance for today. I would not be surprised if that was the case, but then let's look at where our support levels will be. Currently, our support level is down here at about on the 8-hour time frame, and down here at about 1600, and that goes all the way down to about 1515, and that's this black candle right here, because we changed the trend on the 8-hour time frame, very similar to how we did on Bitcoin. So we had our low, high, higher low, higher high. So if we retest this black candle, that'll act as strong support for us. I'm looking to make an entry around 1600 and about 15.7, which if we look on the 6-hour time frame is this zone right here where we pushed into that. The current zone that we ran into is this yellow zone right here, which is this white candle, and that acted as resistance 1, 2, 3 times, then we pushed above it, but we didn't close both candles above it. We only closed one candle above it, so I don't know if it'll necessarily hold as support on this retest that we're getting right here. It'll probably go down below it for one more test, which is confluent with an entry down here around 1575. The other thing I wanted to note is this inverse head and shoulders here, which we're seeing could end up playing out where our left shoulder, right shoulder, and then our left shoulder, our head, and then our right shoulder, which is a low, lower low, and then another higher low in comparison to here, and then we'll push through the neckline, which is right about here at about 1660. And if we measure for a pattern like this, we measure that up to about here, that is about $367. So $367 from here is about $2,027. So that will be the ultimate target for this if we end up coming into there. That's why I like an entry right here, because if we push above here, that will be a nice risk to reward ratio. If we enter here, put our stop loss below either the 6-hour level or the 8-hour level, doesn't really matter. We can, target even just right here would be a over 2 risk to reward ratio, which is this yellow zone here that on the 4-hour time frame is our main resistance level. We pushed into it and then rejected off of it. We have not tested this yellow zone yet, so I imagine that if we come into that zone, which is right around 1740, that will probably reject the price in the short term, as it's confluent with the daily level as well as this other gray level in here, which is actually a 12-hour resistance level from right here that we have not tested just yet. So I imagine that level will definitely hold, and so even if we just push right to there, that's about a 9.5% trade, which is a very nice trade. So those are the levels that I'm looking at on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I hope that this helped you guys figure out kind of how you want to navigate the price action right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for future video updates, and I will talk to you guys soon.